Epictetus stood shackled in the marketplace. The idea I will share at the end of this changed how the most powerful men in history faced every single day. Epictetus' life was a stark contrast to the freedom he would later preach. Born into slavery, he was owned by a man named Epictetus, who was a secretary to the Roman Emperor Nero. Despite his circumstances, Epictetus found solace in philosophy, particularly Stoicism. He was eventually freed by Epictetus, but not before his experiences as a slave had a profound impact on his worldview. As a philosopher, Epictetus emphasized the importance of inner strength, resilience, and indifference to external events. His teachings would go on to influence some of the most powerful men in Rome, including the Emperor Marcus Aurelius. But what made Epictetus' philosophy so compelling, and how can we apply his principles to our own lives? What Marcus Aurelius wrote next in his journal is something most people are afraid to admit. According to Seneca, Epictetus' philosophy was centered around the concept of negative visualization. This involved imagining oneself in difficult situations, such as poverty or illness, in order to cultivate a sense of inner strength and detachment. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who hankers after more, that is poor." Epictetus' own experiences as a slave had taught him the value of living with minimal attachments and desires. He believed that true freedom could only be achieved by letting go of our attachment to external events and focusing on what we can control. The next lesson is the one Seneca considered the hardest, and the most necessary. Epictetus' philosophy was not just about personal freedom, but also about living in harmony with nature and accepting the things that are outside of our control. As he said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This philosophy is just as relevant today as it was in ancient Rome. So, how can we apply Epictetus' principles to our own lives? One way is to practice mindfulness and living in the present moment. Epictetus believed that we should focus on what we can control, and let go of our worries about the future or regrets about the past. He also emphasized the importance of self-reflection and introspection, encouraging his students to examine their own thoughts and emotions in order to gain a deeper understanding of themselves. What comes next is the practice the Stoics hid from most people. By cultivating a sense of inner strength and detachment, we can develop the resilience to handle whatever challenges come our way. As Epictetus said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This philosophy can be applied to our personal and professional lives, helping us to navigate obstacles and achieve our goals. So, what does it take to achieve true freedom, according to Epictetus? It requires a fundamental shift in our perspective, from focusing on external events to cultivating inner strength and detachment. It also requires a willingness to let go of our attachments and desires, and to live in harmony with nature. By applying these principles, we can develop the resilience and inner strength to handle whatever challenges come our way. As Seneca said, the greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. By focusing on the present moment and letting go of our expectations, we can achieve a sense of freedom and fulfillment that is not dependent on external events. Epictetus' philosophy offers a powerful antidote to the stresses and anxieties of modern life, and his legacy continues to inspire people around the world. The idea I promised to share at the beginning of this video is that true freedom is not something that can be taken away from us, but rather it is a state of mind that we can cultivate through our choices and actions. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." By applying the principles of Stoicism, we can develop the inner strength and detachment to achieve true freedom, regardless of our external circumstances. If you want to learn more about Stoicism and how to apply its principles to your life, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. If these words gave you strength today, subscribe. New Stoic wisdom every single day. The best is yet to come.